Oh, live in Chrome's van, baby. Sunday, what's up, guys? I'm drinking coffee this Sunday afternoon. So good. All right, just gonna pull up all this live stuff on my own. Here, I'm spitting stuff out of my mouth on my own computer. And do my search VANCITY van life. Oops, wrong one. It is such a freaking beautiful day outside here. It's insane. Why can I not find my own YouTube? I'm looking for my own YouTube channel. Oh, there we are. Sunday live in a van. I better watch that commercial. I don't know. Do I make money if I watch those commercials that run? Or is one playing right now? I wonder if that's breaking all policies too. Hey, man. All right, let's pop this chat out, baby. Oh, I'm pretty pumped up. I was gonna do a live stream with you guys the other day, but then I've been getting so consumed with stuff, and we all know that when I get back to Vancouver, things get super busy, super freaking fast. I've got this light on. I don't need it. There's enough light for my front windows. And yeah, I just been like super social, like parked down here at the beach. So many people have been coming by the van and they're like, hey, Chrome, how are you? And it's been super, super social. I did a live stream. Well, I do a live stream on the first of every month with Patreon. And while I was on the live stream with Patreon, someone came by, brought me lunch, bought me dinner, actually. Just some cool subscriber I've never seen. They drove by, they seen me, so they went and got me lunch, I guess. I don't know, it was still warm. It was delicious. All right. You guys get bringing coffee? Bring a coffee. It's a good idea. Damn good. Michael James. Oh, snap. Patrick Valancourt. What's up, buddy? Morgan, Jeff, Lady T, VanLife Gypsies, what's up? Thank you for the card, by the way, if that was you guys, thank you. Awesome, man. It's nice to see everybody in here. Hey, Patricia. This is awesome. Terry Jackson, what's up? Nature Boy from Toronto. Look at me. You guys are from all over the place. Maggie from Scotland. Awesome. Scott Smith from Abbotsford, which is a small town just outside of Vancouver. I was born and raised in Abbotsford, actually. I wish this was like more than coffee, but I just bought this. So yummy. John James. Anyway, today's the very first day. Have you guys seen yesterday's video? You know, I've been feeling like off the rocker a little bit. This morning was the first time I woke up and I felt perfect. I felt like I always did, like right on I feel like I wake up on this like mountain peak and I'm like up at the top, hooting and hollering every morning. I'm that crazy guy that wakes up in the morning full of energy and excited for life and the day. But I haven't felt that in weeks. This morning I woke up and I literally woke up and I was like, yeah, let's go, let's go. I was like so pumped up for today, even though I spent a majority of my day licking envelopes. I'm not kidding. I wish I could show you, but they're way up in the front. I made a stack of stickers about that big, pre-done. No, it's on you guys are, anyway. I probably put together maybe 150 envelopes today that's writing addresses and getting them ready to be shipped. Out of nowhere, I've never once on this channel had those kind of like sticker sales ever. Last year when I bought stickers, like my round ones that we have with me and Disco on it, I only bought 500 of those and they lasted me the entire year. Well, in the last 2 days alone, I've probably sent out maybe 200 stickers and I only bought 250 of the Disco stickers. So if you guys are buying stickers, I have no more disco stickers left. I kept about 50 for myself, so when I'm out and around and adventuring, I can sticker bomb them in little places that I go. But yeah, man, stickers were just like, it was insane. It was way too much to handle. It was craziness. So yeah, I'm thinking I might order some more of them, but I might not. It was kind of nice just to kind of be able to share them out there and stuff. Hey, Mike Brown, how are you? Beers for a better taste than glue. Mike, I got a message from you on Patreon, like it popped up on my screen. I don't really know where anyway, Mike messaged me on Patreon and asked me if my tongue was stuck to the roof of my mouth. I don't know what he's talking about. Or did I eat glue in a video? It's possible. Nice to have you on here, Mike. Roaming Raven, what's up? But yeah, the Weirdos Unite stickers, I'm pretty pumped up about. Excuse me, one of you guys for a sec. Move my coffee. Ooh. Where are they here? Where are they? Oh, I could just show them to you this way. The Weirdos Unite stickers, they are awesome. They're like 5 inches long, so they're a good size sticker. But yeah, I've been thinking about maybe ordering more of the disco ones just because they're super cute, right? So I'll keep you guys posted if I do, but as of right now, we are out of them. Mike Scott, what's up? What's up, Chrome? I'm coming to BC soon. Hope to do a van tour video with you. Absolutely, Scott. We're definitely going to be drinking beers and doing a van tour. That's for damn sure. Mike Scott, actually, he was one of the very few that snuck into my Facebook when I very first started my YouTube channel. Now I ignore everything that could, because messages that are coming in are insane. But Scott kind of sneaked into the beginning when only my personal people would message me on Facebook or add me as friends. So he messaged me, goes, "Hey man, I just seen your videos." So me and him have actually become kind of friends. So Mike, super freaking rad, and glad you snuck through at the beginning. Now I get so many personal Facebook requests on my personal Facebook. I didn't even look at Facebook anymore. It's gotten out of hand. But pretty pumped up that you're coming to see me, bro. Big time. Big Red Van Adventures, thanks for the super chat. I hit my first 100 subscribers this week, so I'm celebrating. Wicked. Celebrating by giving me money. I love it. Big Red Van Adventures, if you guys want to go follow him, there's a nice $5 plug for you. Boom, go over and check out his channel. So I'm going to start tackling some of the rust on my van myself. I'm going to probably start that project this week on all the good days we have. I've got some rust that's just like surface on the bottom, and I also have some rust on my van that is extremely deep that's going to need to be cut out and welded. But I'm going to tackle what I know I can just grind away, fill over, sand it, paint it, and be done with it. I'm going to start tackling that this week because it's going to be nice to get all that stuff taken care of. And my back quarter on the driver's side, and I think possibly on the passenger side, I'm going to take it in, have somebody have a look at it. But I might actually have to cut out the whole bottom and replace the whole big section of it because it's pretty bad on the driver's side. I wasn't really worried about it. It's been like that since I bought it. And the way I look at it, if I get 5 years out of this van, I am set. So doing the rust and stuff like that, you know, I had somebody tell me I should just leave it if I'm going to sell it in a few years. But I would like to address it just because it's starting to look like shit. You know what I mean? I hate looking at that kind of stuff from a distance and going like, oh, damn. Sharon Woodward. Aw, so sweet. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Sharon. Awesome to have you on the chat here. I have somebody messaging me. You hear those bings? Somebody's messaging me pictures of their van. They're just insulating the van today. Jason, thanks for the super chat. I want a Weirdos Unite sticker. Jason, email me. If you guys want that stuff, do them through PayPal. That way I've got them all in the same area. Jason, email me, weirdosunite.ca@gmail.com in the description of this video. and send me your address, and I'll send you what's what when it's all in PayPal, because it's what I use for addresses and shipping and stuff. So super easy. All right, let's see what this guy's done with his. Yeah, dude. All right, I'm gonna open this up. This is Glenn from my Patreon. He's just insulating his van today. That's the inside of his van. He's put that shiny. Yeah. Awesome, man. That actually looks really, really good. Oh, man, so cool. I'm going to message him back right now. I'm live streaming, and they just seen your van. Ha ha ha. I love iMessage on iPhone because iMessage shows up on the computer. So when I'm using my phone, it doesn't beep on my phone. It just beeps on my computer, which is really kind of freaking cool. Yeah, Glenn he's been living in like, I think it was a Tahoe, like a suburban sort of Tahoe looking thing. Anyway, he's been living in that for a handful of months, and he just bought a van. The body on it is in super good shape. And he's just insulating it now. He's been living in it for about a month, I think, with no insulation. And it's been pretty wet on the roof, I guess. So that's what he's doing today. He popped by and to see me this morning. It was pretty cool. Oh, hey, Amanda, what's up? Yeah, Glenn bought himself, he bought himself a Wave 3 heater, and he was telling me he was having issues with it, but I guess what it was, because the Wave 3 heater doesn't have a really high setting, so it does take a long time for it to heat the van, because the BTUs on it are super low, but that's what I love about it. But his problem was he had no insulation in the van at all. So whatever it was producing for heat was escaping through everything. So it really wasn't warming the van up very well. So that's why he went out and insulated it today. Stone asked me, how's that roof fan working for me? I haven't used it at all. It's been the winter time and I haven't used it. I turned it on a couple of times when I was cooking, but you know, so far, like if you're looking at, you know, that kind of stuff, because we all know I lived in my van for over a year without a roof vent. So for me to have a roof vent now, I know it's useless in the winter. So for me, that's 6 months of van life that ceiling fan's useless. It's just all my heat goes straight out of it. So you got to cover it and seal it off so no heat gets out of it. And when I was cooking, but I achieved the same ventilation by just opening up my side door the whole year before that. So I think the time that thing's going to shine is when summertime comes around. Because in the summertime, obviously, it's going to be great to pull the heat out or bring in fresh air at night or whatever. But as for wintertime, useless. And for us here, we don't get really cold, but, you know, we'll have probably 6 months of the year where, you know, that roof fan is, well, so far I've had it for over a month now and I've gotten no use out of it. So far, no use. Terry Jackson, coffee, coffee, coffee. Yeah, I'm down for that. Have a Tim's on me tomorrow morning. Terry, thank you. I always drink an extra large. The thing's ginormous. So if you guys are having buffering problems, because I'm getting good reception, but if you guys are having buffering problems, just set it right there. Refresh your browser if it happens to freeze frame. Just click reset on it and it'll bring it back to normal. I'm parked at the beach here in Vancouver, and it is packed today. So if anybody else is pulling off the same Wi-Fi connection that I'm on, it may be a little slow. Because I'm parked in front of a hot spot, but like literally there are hundreds of cars down here. The beach is freaking packed. It's stunning out there. Mmm. So good. Look at these things. Ooh, they look good too. And I got the new stickers done different than the last ones, because the last ones, they were so hard to pick off. What I did with the new ones is I got them to put a little outside edge on it, making it super easy to peel off. Right? I wish they came this way, and they gave me the option to send them this way, but they were a lot more expensive because they'd have to pull this off themselves. But it's super easy now. You just got to fold it and pull the sticker right off. It comes off nice and easy, where the last ones were a ginormous pain in the parts. So yeah, the new ones are freaking rad. I want to get a giant one of these, 2 of them, to put on either side of the van. Like, after I get all the body work done on it, I want to put a huge Weirdos Unite sticker on each side of the van. Boom! So pumped up for that. Hey, Chromie, I asked before, have you ever set up your desk facing out of the van in the back door? Robert, no. Actually, this desk does not fit between those back 2 cabinets, because in my van, the back of the van narrows at the back a little bit, so it's actually about 3 inches shorter than my front desk. So in order for me to do that, and I thought about that because I was parked by this great big ocean cliff one day overlooking the ocean. I was like 40 feet up in the air, and I wanted to move my desk back there because it would have been just so good. But yeah, I would have to make a secondary desktop in order to utilize the back of it. And so far in the van, there hasn't been enough days where I've been like, I really want that. So that's, you know, as soon as I get that more often where I'm like, I want to put my desk back there, then I'll end up building one for back there. But for now, it is a cool idea though. Definitely a cool idea. I like that. Don't put anything on my van, makes it a target. I honestly, to say Weirdos Unite on the side of it, it doesn't bother me. We've had an amazing set of people here on our channel. I don't seem to have that bitchy troll like demographic. Seems to, like, so far our channel has definitely attracted an amazing type of people. Do you know what I mean? Right? Like, I don't know what it is, but everybody that seems to come here seems to be, you know, on the right track to moving forward, or just badass people from the dead beginning. So I haven't really had a problem yet. So for me to throw some advertising on the side of the van, it doesn't bother me at all. You know, I'm not fearful of people. I'm not worried about trolls from YouTube coming to my van, because if you got a problem, bring it on, buddy. No, you know, because at one point I was going to put the Mine and Disco's logo on the back door with follow us on YouTube and stuff like that's a good idea, especially when you're roaming around, you're in little towns and places, lots of travelers are going by you. It's good promotion for the channel. You know, promotion for people that may not ever search you, right? You know, so yeah, putting a little business advertising kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? It's no different than me putting, like, if I was a plumber, putting the name of my plumbing company on the side. It's the same thing. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Chrome, when will you put a TV in your van? I have a laptop. I do have a TV. See, right here is where my desk goes. So I pull my desk out, prop my laptop right there, and that 13-inch screen in a van this small is like a 47-inch TV. Put that in perspective. So yeah, I will never put a TV in my van. I just use my laptop, and honestly, I use my phone, and it does the job. You know, I'm not the kind of person that spends that much time watching movies. If I was the person that was doing like a lot of video intaking, then yeah, a TV would be great. But I don't like to sit in my van all day unless I'm like working like on YouTube stuff, or like all day today I sat here doing stickers and stuff. But I couldn't sit in the van long enough to watch more than a 2-hour movie. And for the most part, I watch those movies on my cell phone. And a lot of times I don't even get through the movie. I'll start watching like an hour worth of movie and I'll pass out sleep and I'll watch the rest of it the next day. Chrome, will I ever come to Florida? Yes, at some point I will be coming to the US, but it won't be soon. Car junkie, true, but it would be pretty cool to have a built-out off-road in this van. But I definitely would be interested, after all my rust and stuff is taken care of, you know, maybe one day down the line I might spoil myself with a lift kit, some big chunky tires and some rims. But you know, as of right now, just keeping the van in the best shape I can is pretty much priority. You know, I want to make it, you know, last longer, right? But I mean, buying all those toys and stuff, I'll do that down the line when the money is available. But for right now, I'm still working on my savings for just my van repairs. And honestly, guys, if it wasn't for everybody who contributed to disco surgery, which I'm so freaking thankful for, because the money that I put towards it and was from my emergency fund, right? So, you know, having that GoFundMe come in and cover all of it was amazing. Not only did I get the chance to pay back a friend that helped me pay out the rest of the surgery, but it allowed me to put that money back into my emergency fund for the van. Because that was a scary moment when you were like, I got no money left. So thank all of you for that. So freaking beautiful of you. I see the word Danica. Chrome, did you and Danica have a good disco talk? Actually, I was talking to, I don't want to talk about this whole disco stuff because sometimes you just got to move forward, you know? She read every single comment on the disco video. She's like, I've read them all. And it was so freaking cool. Like at that point, I wish she had my sign in so she could heart all the comments and reply. Because honestly, I myself haven't even gone through the comments on that video because I'm not ready. I went through the hardest part about all of that was not me dealing with the loss. It was, this is so bad to say, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Don't take this in a bad way. It was my channel dragging me through all that emotional shit every day for like weeks. Every message I got, every email, every whatever was just kept dragging me through it. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I just want to like celebrate this and move on. But then everybody was like messaging me saying I'm crying. And I'm like, oh, I can't take it anymore. So it was honestly, it was like, but after a while, I started to just process that in a different way and, you know, get out of the negative emotional side of it and start putting that into beautiful perspective. It was great to see how much love you guys gave that fat little farting boy. It's so heartwarming. It was pretty badass. But she went through all the comments and I was pretty pumped because her and I had to talk about that when I came back because she was pretty sad about it too. And she's like, I read them all. I'm like, no way. She's like, every one of them. I'm like, ah, it was super rad. She's such a good kid. Terry, shut up. Terry just said she's still crying over it. Shh, no more. Be happy. Be happy so many people love that fat boy. Speaking of that, my breeder that I got disco from sent me a phone number for a breeder because I've used the same breeder for the last couple of bulldogs I've had. Anyway, the breeder messaged me, passed away. She's like, I have the perfect breeder for you. She's like, I'm not breeding right now, but she's like, there's one in Ontario. She's like, here's her phone number, call her. She has puppies coming. Maybe I'm gonna call her. I don't know. Yeah. So that there's probably gonna be another one at some point. I don't know when, but probably at some point. And with the way breeding seasons and stuff like that go, summertime's a great time for breeders to have dogs. And I know some of you are going to ask me right now, why don't you just adopt one? I'm a bulldog fan. I have a true heart for bulldogs, and that's the only dog that pulls at my heartstrings. So, and when it comes to bulldogs, it's not good to buy a bulldog unless you know what the bloodlines are that it came from. It needs to be a champion right from the freaking core of the parents all the way back to the parent, to the grandparents, to the great-grandparents, to the great-great-grandparents. Like, the dogs need to have like a 5-generation pedigree of proven Canadian or American, if you're in the States, championships. And that's key to getting a healthy bulldog who's not going to have breathing issues in the first year and going to cost you $4,000 or $3,000 to get its nose redone. So I am going to be buying from another breeder, and I will not be adopting. Adopting is for put it this way. I mean, it's okay if you're okay. It's okay to adopt a bulldog if you don't care the bloodlines it came from, and you're okay to be hucking money at it in the first year of having it, because it's probably going to have problems because the bloodline wasn't strong. And that's usually what happens with dogs, especially bulldogs, that end up in the adoption system, is that, you know, the people that own them find out, oh no, it needs a freaking the nasal stuff all done. That's a $3,000 thing. Then they just give it up because they can't afford it. I won't get into that stuff. And I know a lot of you, and I'm a big believer in adopting, but it's not for everybody. Do you know what I'm saying? But if I was into any dog, I'd be adopting right now. Like, my kid's mom works at a pet store, and she already chewed me a whole new piece about not adopting. And so yeah. But anyway, that's my point. That's my take on it. It's the breed that I love, and you don't want to mess around with a breed that's known for bad problems. You want to buy good, strong, healthy, English bulldog bloodlines. You know what I mean? Hey, Matt, thanks for the love. Jacob, glad to see me back to my old self. Man, it felt good. I know it was today. Today's the day that I woke up and I was like, oh, I felt so... And I've been having an issue lately. I've been like, you know how many days I've put my phone in front of my face and nothing would happen? Or I'd start talking and I'd be stuttering, and then I'm like, I don't want to make videos today, and just stop recording. There's been a lot of those days. And I even started to feel bad because I wanted to put stuff out there, but I didn't want to force a video and be fake, because that's not me. Because I could have forced videos out. I could have faked it and skipped through it and tried to pretend I was not in a rut. But that's what keeps my shit real, is I want to be real. And if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. What do? I'll make a video about not feeling it. I definitely feel really good today. I think it's been a lot to do with the amount of sunshine that we've been having here. It's been nothing but freaking just blue skies and sunshine for freaking days. It's been great. Susie's like, I love bullies, period. You got that right. Mel's World's like, I'm an old English bulldog and you could adopt me. Are you litter trained? Do you pee outside? Sorry, Mel. You don't really look like a bulldog, Mel. Nice try, though. Car Junkie, spring is here now. More time to work on the van. Definitely. Joshua, thanks for the $10 super chat. Super chat? Did you hear that? A super chat. Joshua, thank you for the super chat. And if you guys are super chatting, you probably too many burritos, guys. Too many burritos. You guys are rad. Freedom Dove, when's my next DJ gig? I don't think there's gonna be any. I seriously don't think there's going to be any. Yeah, because I've been putting other DJs into the golf club, but I'm not making any money from these events because a lot of them have been trying to like get me down in price. And the problem is they've been bringing the prices down so low that I've been putting, like my buddy Bobby, I pay Bobby $500 to do a gig. So if they only want a $500 gig, I make zero. So Bobby's done a few gigs there for me. I've made nothing. The golf club has patio parties every year. Like they do 6 patio parties every year, and they only pay me $250 for a patio party, but I don't really want to do them. So I'm going to be giving those gigs to Jake, which means that's 6 more events I make zero money at. And so far the wedding bookings there have been pretty slow this year. They usually always roll in last minute, but I haven't felt the want to DJ at all. And, you know, I've been feeling passion for something else right now, and you gotta follow that wave instead of beating up the old wave that I just don't feel like riding anymore. You know, it's yeah, no DJ gigs at all. And I've had one of the bars I used to DJ at message me a few times. They just messaged me like, so how's it look for January? I'm like, not interested. She's like, I'll try you in a few more months. I'm like, okay. But it's been no interest at all in DJing. I still haven't. I haven't pulled out my DJ controller in my van and used it for a while now. Mike, thanks for the $2 super chat for tacos, man. Excuse me, guys. So I don't know how much DJ work is going to be in my future. Right? If I don't make any money from these DJs at the golf club this year, like, if I make a couple of $1,000, I'm going to sell all my gear and be, because, you know, at that point, you know, I probably have $6,000 worth of gear sitting there, you know, maybe $4,000 worth of gear sitting there on a resale value. I would rather sell the gear and just put that money in the bank, right? But if this year turns out to be very profitable, like if I can make $8,000, I doubt it, but if I could ever pull that in there, I will definitely keep it there and keep supplying the DJs. But as of right now, every time a bride messages me with questions, it stresses me out. It stresses me out because I know all this chit chat for like days and days and days on end, where it's like constant bing, 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 all so I can make $200 profit. Doesn't seem to make sense to me. You know what I mean? So this very well might be my very last year at the golf club. I already debated on pulling the plug on it now before these gigs start rolling in, but I'm going to wait it out. But I think as a DJ Chrome being a DJ, I don't know, guys, I think I'm done. What more can I say? I was doing really well on YouTube ad revenue. Like I was pulling in like $2,000 a month on ad revenue. Now my ad revenue's plummeted. Like it's way down. But that's because advertisers pay less at this time of the year. So I think my ad revenue is plummeted by like 58% the last time I looked at it. So right now my ad revenue is doing about $1,200. So yeah, but if you look at it, if I'm making $1,200 on ad revenue, and then my Patreon, which is the reason why I'm doing this full-time today, I would not be doing this full-time if it wasn't for Patreon. Rocking a month on ad revenue, maybe $1,200-$1,300 a month with merch and stuff like that on good months. It's hard. It's hard to, you'd just be squeezing by. But because of Patreon, it's allowed me to actually do this full-time. And, you know, it cleared my debt. It's allowed me to save a tiny bit of money for emergencies and my gas. For replacing like engine or anything that breaks down. It's allowed me to put some money aside for the first time in my life, but I earn all of my money right here. So if you are on here and you are on my Patreon, you guys freaking rock. You guys are rock stars, and I think about you guys every second of the day. And that's the truth. When something exciting happens in my day, the first thing I want to tell is my Patreon. It's craziness. It's like Patreon's like that. You guys ever have someone in your life where you get excited about it, something, and you go, I gotta call John and tell John. My Patreon's like that for me. Like the very second Disco went in for surgery, the very second Patreon got a video message right away. And they knew when Disco passed away within like 2 minutes of me knowing. It was like instantly, right? Boom, video for Patreon. So, but that's pretty freaking rad. But I wouldn't be doing this without Patreon, I'll tell you that. I would definitely be if it wasn't for Patreon, I would have to be working a few days a week just to kind of keep things going. I love it. Hey Otis, thanks for the super chat. Otis and Oscar's RV Adventures. But yeah, if you guys are looking at, like, I know it's kind of hard sometimes when you're looking at other YouTube channels and wondering how they're doing this like full-time van life and how to make money on the road. I stumbled into this. I didn't set out intentionally to be a YouTuber. It was just, I kind of stumbled into it. You know, I had a passion for something that I wanted to learn, and that was to learn how to edit videos and, you know, to bring my music into making videos. But I stumbled into this. It's not like I set out in the van to be a digital nomad and earn my income on the internet. This is just like a total fluke. And it's so rewarding to be able to do me every day. It is a lot of work. It's not freaking easy. And if you're thinking about earning money as full-time living on YouTube and you're working a 9-to-5 job right now, I'm going to say this straight up. Guaranteed you're going to work twice as hard, twice as many hours, and it's going to be from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every day, all YouTube. It doesn't shut off at all. So expect to grind seriously hard. Like, making money on YouTube is not easy. Like, I grinded for probably 6 to 8 months and made zero. We're talking like 7 videos a week, 6 videos a week, 5 on a slow week, and I was making no money at all. So it's not easy, and there's no recipe for it. I don't think that there's a recipe to have success on YouTube. I think that's just, I don't know, the whole YouTube algorithm thing is it's a game. It's literally a game. You either have a video that works or you don't. I only have one video that did really well on my channel, just one. That one video is the reason why my channel grew to what it started out as the beginning. I have one video. It's called How to Build a Stealth Van in One Day. That one video alone is responsible for my first 10,000 subscribers, and that's the truth. It's crazy. But if it wasn't for that video, I don't know how small my channel would be. But that's the thing, like the YouTube algorithm, what it does, like just by looking at the analytics on my end, I think it grabs a video, starts throwing it in front of people. Just say it grabs the new video I put out, throws it in front of 5,000 people. Nobody clicks on it. Now the YouTube algorithm just takes the video and goes, see ya, didn't work out. And that's it. But if it happens to grab the video, throw it in front of 5,000 people, and a whole bunch of people press play on it, YouTube's like, it's working. People are watching it. It's getting the thumbs up. The watch time is pretty long. It's a 10-minute video. They're staying on there for 6. Good video. And then I think the algorithm just starts to keep throwing it out in front of strangers. And as long as the click-through rate is really good on it, the algorithm keeps hucking it out there. So as of right now, today, that video that I made over a year ago still makes me about $100 a month. I think last month that video made me $150. And it's been constantly, every month, that video has been $100 earner. So imagine having a channel with 10 good videos like that. Oh, I wish. Every time you upload, you're hoping, is this going to be the next one? Is this going to be the next one that's going to launch me that much farther forward? But, you know, could you imagine having 10 videos that pulled in $100 a month that you made over a year ago? Pretty rad, I think. But that's what YouTube's like. You get one video, and every time you put out another one, you're like, please, this be the one. And no, it gets the same amount of views as it has been over the last month, and you're just waiting for that one that just kind of goes from like 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000 to 40,000 views and keeps climbing. That's what you need. And those videos come from the YouTube algorithm having success by putting it in front of a stranger going, hey, check out this video. People are like, okay. And if they don't go, then it's out. All right. I don't know why I got on for the tangents on a bamble about ramble about YouTube. I love being a YouTuber. Vince asks, do I have a SoundCloud? No, but I will type where you can get my music. I'll type it in right now. Hear this .at/DJ Chrome. I think that's right. Hold on, let me search it and find out. I'm pretty sure it's hearthis.at/DJ Chrome. Any mixes on there are pretty old. I don't post mixes anymore. Oh, I'll copy this exact link. That way you guys can just click on it and go. Oh shit, where'd my chat go? So here's the exact link. Hearthis.at/DJ Chrome. So I got a lot of older, not a lot of them, but I have a few DJ mixes on there. Roaming Raven, thanks for promoting Patreon. For $1 a month, you won't be sorry. Lots of daily stuff. Thank you for that, Roaming Raven. So freaking rad. So cool. Look at you guys. You guys reading the comments? Look at all my people on Patreon promoting Patreon. You guys are so rad. Jana Ford. I am 44 years old. Turning 45 this August. And I am super excited for this 45th birthday. So freaking pumped up about it. I don't know why. It just seems like one of those good years that's just like, things are good. You know what I mean? Like for me to be going on to 45 years old and being at the place that I'm at this year in my life is amazing. It's amazing to be jumping into 45 years old and being debt-free and having money in my bank for the very first time in my freaking life. I worked hard over the last year to smash out that debt. And now to not have it, if you don't know what it's like to be debt-free, guys, it is the most craziest feeling in the world. Especially when you're debt-free and you don't have rent. Imagine that. Imagine being debt-free and not having to throw $1,300 a month at rent. Awesome. Hey, Doc, what's up? Doc and Carol, thank you for the $5 super chat. Super rad. Hey, Chrome, my oldest daughter's birthday this month. Can you tell Sam happy birthday? Sam, happy birthday, Sam. Thanks for the super chats, you guys. So freaking awesome. Mike Brown's like, I'm older soon, Chrome. No kidding. We all getting older every year. And getting old should be celebrated. Never feel bad for getting old. I am having more fun in my life now than I did when I was in my 20s. That is the truth. I am happier, I am calmer, I am more at peace with myself, and I know myself better now. I don't know if that all comes with age, I think. You know what I mean? The van life has been so amazing. It's calmed everything about me. Prior to van life, when I had my day job, I was a grumpy, miserable, I was a positive guy about the things I was passionate about. But I was this half of me was just a miserable dick, and that's the truth. You guys will see Judy Davis every once in a while on my comments or in my live streams or whatever. She used to work with me, and I used to rant and rave to her all the time. She's seen that whole little Chrome is a miserable, grumpy dick. But honestly, since I gave all that shit up and got into the van, I have never been happier. And there's a gentleman down here I met at the beach. Maybe I'll do a video with him one of these days. He's super pumped about van life. His name is Herbert. And he's been in his van for a handful of months now anyway, but he's so pumped. And, you know, I remember when I first got in the van feeling everything that he's feeling. And I still feel those feelings now. It's just that some of it's become just a part of a daily routine. So, you know, you can't let go of those things. You can't let go of that feeling and just make it a part of life and forget about how awesome it is. But there's some aspects to my day that have just become a part of my day, where for him, it's totally freaking awesome. Like, he was going to go dry his socks today outside the van in the sunshine, and he was like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm going to put my socks outside. And it's just cool. And like, it's not like he's young. He's an older gentleman. But he's so pumped up about van life, and it's cool to be around. And maybe I'll do a video with him because, you know, I think he could give you guys some really... I'll do that. I'll send him a text message after this. And, yeah, because I think you guys would enjoy to hear what it's really been like on a brand new perspective, like fresh into the van perspective. Chrome, please read. Chrome, may I have permission to take the screenshot I took of Disco Bear and print it out for myself? Yeah, guys, absolutely. Anything that goes on my channel, if you guys want to screenshot it, do whatever you want with it. It's public content. You guys are allowed to do whatever you want with it. Absolutely. Just for me, because I can't afford to pay to order your merch. Oh, yeah, absolutely, guys. No problems. Excited about sun-dried socks. You know, you DJ the shit out of it. Hey, G-More, what's up? Box Van Go, Bobby James. Yes, that's one of my best friends. And I used to DJ. Me and Bobby did the DJ and drum show in the clubs for years. Bobby James is my best bro, man. And he's a damn good drummer. But yeah, he's the one that's been DJing events for me at the golf club. Him and Jake. But yeah, man, me and Bobby James go way back. He used to be quite the little rock star, that guy. I take it you must know who Bobby James is. Hey, Charles, no problem. So I'm probably going to do another meetup here in Vancouver once the weather gets a little bit warmer. I'd like to do it now, but we've been getting days that have been super freaking cold. And the thought of actually doing a meetup when it's chilly out, I feel like such a dick because everybody's outside trying to be social, but everybody outside's freezing their ass off too. So I'm probably going to wait another month or so and then do one here in Vancouver. I've been meeting so many people lately that live in Ford vans. So many people. So I had the idea today when I was chatting with Glenn. He was parked right here with a Ford van, same year as mine, was same kind of year as mine. No, I think his is a 90. Shit, I don't even know. But it's the same kind of body style. But then another guy drove by that I met the other day that we're going to do a van tour with pretty soon. So many vans. Another van life guy just drove by. So many vans down here right now. But I thought about maybe getting all these people I know together that have the same kind of vans as mine and doing a fat little Ford E250 series van tours of like all the van guys I know that have the same body style. I thought it'd be kind of cool to get them all together in one big fat video. Catherine, what year is my Ford? I have a 2004 Ford E250 extended version, and the current kilometers on my van now is 205,000 kilometers. I bought the van in August 2017 at 165,000 kilometers. So since 2017, 2018, we're going on 2 years this August having the van, and I've had zero mechanical problems. Zero, nothing. I did the back brakes. I broke a leaf spring, which cost me $250. That was from like driving down like this jittery washboard back road that made it break. And I took it into Canadian Tire the other day to have them just do an all-around brake inspection. They charged me $35 or something like that just to check everything. They pulled all my tires off. They checked it all out. and there's nothing wrong with my van. Zero. Like my front brakes have been on my van. They were brand new when I bought the van, 19 months ago or whatever that's been. I bought the van August 16th, 2017. So however many months that's been. I have never had to do the front brakes on my van yet. Like the guy told me when he was at Canadian Tire, there's still 70% on it. So they've lasted me a year and a half. Can believe that. Front brakes, year and a half, and still at 70%. I think I drive this thing very calmly, I believe. Because things are pretty good. So the only my total cost on repairs since owning the van, since August 16th, 2017, my total repair cost has been about $450 for back brakes and leaf spring. Not bad. Plus regular oil changes every 5,000 kilometers. Not bad. Sorry, I'm missing everybody's comments, guys. Yeah, knock on wood, exactly that. But so far, it's been pretty good. I take pretty good care of my van, you know. And I think what happens, though, is if a lot of you guys are driving your daily drivers, you treat the van that you live in way different than you've ever treated any other car that you've owned. And that I guarantee. I guarantee that the van that you live in gets babied. Like if I hear a creak somewhere, it's going in right now. Because before I'd be like, oh, that's a bit squeaky. Oh, that's a bit whatever. Troy, have I talked to Patrick recently? Yes, Patrick was just in the live stream here already earlier. He's fine. Don't worry, guys. I've had so many people message me about the video that Patrick recently did about, because he shares everything. That's what he does. He, you know, it's great for him to get all the stuff that he has out, because that's what he's already told everybody that's what his channel's for. But the second something goes sideways, and you know in that video that he's okay. But so many people messaged me, and then so many people were messaging him after Disco died. They were getting mad at him because he didn't make a video about Disco. Patrick called me like the morning it happened. So he's fine. It's so funny. Like, honestly, I've probably received 50 messages about Patrick in the last little while. He's good. He's made videos the last couple of days too, so he's been keeping you guys up to date too. See, Terry Jackson, Patrick's doing okay. Watch his latest video. Patrick, if you're still on here, don't post videos like that anymore because everybody keeps emailing me. I love you, Patrick. Patrick would say the same thing to me, though. Patrick would be like, don't let your dogs die, because if your dog dies, everybody's going to email me and get mad. People are getting mad at Patrick. How messed up is that? They're like, why didn't you made a video? I think it's rude that you didn't make a video about Disco. Come on. It was crazy. When he messaged me and told me that, I'm like, people have said what to you? He goes, they were getting mad at me. It's insane. Terry, I was crocheting and listening. I love Patrick. Patrick's a good guy. He's super quiet, though. Like, he's definitely a very quiet person. Especially when it comes to having groups. Especially when it comes to being around groups of people. So, Patrick, if you're still watching this, he might be. He's really instantly goes totally quiet. He's got a scarf on, his hoodie on. He's just like silent. Not me. I'm that loud, obnoxious guy in the bunch that's making all the noise. Otis and Oscars are adventurous. Thanks for the super chat again. Who's this Tom guy? Sorry, people have been deleting messages. Who's this Tom guy? My moderators have been removing his messages. Now I'm reading them. I don't know, but there's been too many of them in a row, so we're gonna go. It's not letting me do it on this one. Normally I can block the user from right here. Today's not giving it. It says go to the channel, report it, put user in timeout, unhide user on this channel. Used to give me the option to block the person like right now. Weird. Valerie from Oregon, what's up? Yeah. Ugh. Chrome, do you watch Crystal Vanner's channel? No, I don't watch a lot of van life channels at all. I don't know what people, like once in a while I click on a few. There's only a few of them that I don't mind watching. Like I enjoy Eamon and Beck because I like that they put in the time and the effort to edit their videos. And those are the kind of channels that I really appreciate. Ones that where the effort is put into it. But I'm not one to consume content like that. I don't draw inspiration from a few other YouTube channels, but that's really about it. But normally I'll take maybe one day in a month where I'll go skip through all the van life channels and kind of see what people are up to. Like I don't skip through all of them, but I just don't have the time. It's one of those things in life where it's like you got to figure out your time, because believe it or not, guys, putting together 7-day-a-week videos is insanity. It is craziness. In the last little bit, it's been pretty easy because I've been making pretty simple videos. But honestly, guys, if I'm out vlogging my whole day and you guys have seen what I did pretty much all afternoon long, those days are extremely time consuming. So to sit down and actually pour in somebody's content isn't going to happen. Content that I do not ever miss: Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat. Those are two of them. Anytime those two post, I'm on it like right away because I draw inspiration from them. Mel's World. What? You don't watch my channel? No. Sorry. I still got time to consume that kind of stuff. Joseph, thanks for the super chat. So rad. Most of us just asked Patrick to check on it because we were worried. And he's normally... Patrick soon will be in my area, but he lives on Vancouver Island. Normally, he's been in Vancouver Island, Comox, which is like middle of the island. But yeah, no, like all the simple ones about him checking on me, that was fine, but people were getting mad at him. Like, why haven't you made a video about disco? Why should he make a video about disco? I guess they were expecting him to act upon... Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to unplug my external mic and charge my thing. So if the microphone sounds hissy or weird, I just gotta charge it. My phone's dying. Hopefully that's... Actually, I'm gonna plug that into my jack right now. Because at least with my Jackery, I know if it's working because it gives me a readout on the front and tells me if it's charging my phone or not. See, it tells me it's outputting 11 watts, which means my phone is charging. So while we're here, I just finished moving a bunch of stuff around. Like, these things are a total mess in here right now. I'm gonna be making maybe this cupboard into an electronics cupboard. So I'm gonna be mounting power switches and stuff like that along here to control lighting and stuff like that. And I'm probably gonna make this whole cupboard into like a complete charging station. So my DJ laptop or something like that can go, my editing laptop can go in here, and it's got all the plugs it needs right there on the wall, so I can plug it, toss it in there, let it charge. Plus I'm gonna put my little, for my power tools, so I'm gonna put those battery packs in here. I'm gonna set up a nice section in here for all the batteries I need for like my camera lights. So I just have one cupboard dedicated straight to just powering my life. And I think I might do it in this one. If I don't do it in this one, I may do it in the back corner one, because this one is pretty convenient for clothing, because I get up in the morning, grab a t-shirt, grab a pair of shorts or a pair of pants. So I'm not sure yet. I also might make this bottom cupboard down here. I don't know. I'm going to play around a little bit. I'm going to gut them all out again and figure it out. But I'd love to make an electronics cupboard for, so it just makes sense to have everything I need power. So if I ever want to use a power tool, I reach in, grab my thing, pop it in my drill and go, right? Those things are messy in there. You see how messy that was? It was messy in there. Linda, what's the coldest I've been in my area? Don't pick on me for this, but the coldest I have ever been in here, -5. -5 for like 8 hours in a night. And then it's up to like +5 or 6 during the day. That's it. We get really, really, really mild winter weather here. Really mild weather. It's always hard to answer that question. What's the coldest you've been in? -5? And so many people around the world like, what? We normally get like -20, -30. Not here. I love this battery, man. This thing, it's a beast. I have never ran this thing down too low. But what I'm going to do is that thing has a shelf. There's a shelf down here in this cabinet that is at the exact height to fit the 440 and this cabinet off of. I'm going to run this cabinet with all the switches for the lights off of this one here. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's a big battery though. It's a beast. Viking Van Man. Yep, that's why I like Vancouver Island. You got that right. Mind you, Viking Van Man, where you live, there was snow in that area, man. Like when I came through that way last time, just like all around like Chemainus, you know, Ladysmith, Duncan, there was a buttload of snow on the ground. It was crazy. So he has a solar panel for the jacker. I take it I missed a question about it. Hold on. Jeff asks, hey Chrome, are you back yet? Yes, I am in Vancouver right now. Eric Holloway, lift your van. Yes, that's going to be coming after I address my rust. Sorry, I'm skipping backwards in comments. How do you keep your desk from sliding out of the while you're turning? Honestly, it doesn't move at all. It's hard to see, but there's a little tiny, it's like weather stripping for your back door. It's about 1 inch wide along the top of this thing. And honestly, it's pretty snug in there. Once it goes in there, it's tight. It doesn't budge, doesn't move. There's never been once since I put this in here that I've come to the back of the van and it's even moved out even this much. It stays in there pretty good. You got to realize the length of it. Once you slide something like that all the way in, there's a fair amount of friction for it to be able to come back out, especially with that layer of like really thin rubber. It's like a foam, a really tight foamed weather stripping. And that's what keeps it in there. Sorry, I must have missed out. I'm missing lots of stuff here. It's what happens when I talk. It's hard to read every comment. Troy Chrome explained that he would get another dog when he is ready after doing research on a good breeder. Good answer to that one. Man, I'm missing lots. Even my comment moderators. Hey, Crumpleman asking if you have any upcoming travel plans. No. I don't think I'm going to be going back to Vancouver Island much because I've been over there so much. I'll probably end up doing maybe one more trip out towards Tofino maybe at some point. But me and my daughter, excuse me, me and my daughter Danica normally see each other. Like our visiting structure since, you know, when I very first met her when she was 6, our visiting structure has been one Saturday every other week. Her dance stuff keeps her busy and whatever else, so it's hard to kind of schedule time with her. So I'm actually going back to the same visiting schedule that we were on before. So what I was doing the last little while is I was seeing her as much as I could, even if it was like a couple hours here, you know, an evening there, and a Saturday every once in a while. But I was seeing her as much as I can, like short little visits all the time while I was here, and then I'd take off for a month. Well, what I might do now for the next little while is keep the same visiting schedule that we normally have, take off for a few weeks, come back, have our visit, take off for another couple of weeks. But now that the winter's coming to an end, I'd like to start traveling inland here, like spending a little bit more time, you know, traveling kind of this inland, like no more going to Vancouver Island because we've been there so much, or I've been there so much. But if I do happen to get another dog and I do buy it from the same breeder that my old breeder recommended, that means this summer I'll be making a road trip into Ontario. So that would be the only big trip. And because I have to be here for my daughter's birthday in July. So if for some reason I do happen to buy another dog, who knows, in July, because that's when they're going to be ready. If I do, I might travel from here, go to Ontario, and then maybe fly back for her birthday if flights aren't ridiculous. I don't know, right? Because I mean, it's a 32-hour drive from here to where the breeder is out there. So, and that's a long drive, and I don't want to make that trip in like 3 days. That's just shit. That's a shitty time. I would rather do that at maybe driving 3 hours a day, you know, get there in a week. You know what I mean? To me, that's a bit more enjoyable than pulling in those long haul driving hours. It's not me. I don't like to travel like that at all. But we'll see how things go. But I'm probably going to be doing I'll definitely be making some trips into Alberta this summer. That's for sure. I would like to spend more time traveling towards Alberta, maybe spending a month, you know, at a time, cruising around Alberta, come back for a month, and then maybe take back off out to Alberta for another month and explore the other side of it. But that will probably be happening, but it won't be happening until the snow goes away, which is going to be a bit. But once the snow's gone, then I'm going to take off again that way. But I'm definitely going to be staying here in Canada because there's so much to see here. And I would rather go see the country that I've been born and raised in than to be traveling all throughout the US and stuff like that. The US trip might be coming next winter because Gus and a bus, my friend from here, Gus traveled down there this year, and watching his video, it made me think maybe next winter when it's shit here, I'm going to go down there and just go do like the Oregon coast and all down through like Long Beach, California and stuff like that. And then maybe end that trip at the RTR. I'm not sure about going to the RTR, but maybe next year, the January one, possibly. Who knows? But yeah. But the hard thing about that is though too is I have my daughter here, so all my trips have to be based around seeing her. You know what I mean? And that's not easy all the time either, right? Having commitments, guys, it's not always easy. When something inside of you just wants to go travel, I love that kid. If she would travel with me in my van, I would take her, but she won't do it. She won't sleep in my van. I don't blame her for not wanting to sleep in the van, but I think what I might do this year with her, because I want to take her out to Horn Lake on the island maybe this summer and go to the caves and stuff up there and stay at the campground. She might sleep in the van in the campground, and maybe a weekend sleeping in the van on the campground might change her mind about going on trips with me in the van otherwise, right? Because it is a little weird for a kid. She doesn't care about my life. She's like, she doesn't give a shit that I live in a van. It's weird for her to sleep in a van on the side of a road. But like everybody else, you do it once, you're gonna love it. That's the truth. This is a good question. See, sometimes a good question pops up now and then. Earl, hi Chrome, will you put a fridge in your van in the future? We all know that I've been like the king of like, I just love my cooler, forget the fridge. But this is a good question, Earl, because I've pondered a fridge. Pondered one, how do I word this? I put ice in my cooler for the first time the other day, for the first time in a very long time. I haven't had ice in my cooler for maybe a month, maybe more. But I put ice in it the other day because I bought a 6-pack of beer, and I probably didn't even need to buy ice. I could have used snow at that point. I was still on the island. There was still snow there. But I pondered a fridge because I see those drawer fridges. The fridges, they look like a drawer, like a drawer. And I don't like those big fridges that you actually have to pull on a pull out and then lift a big lid on it. They're like a deep freeze sort of thing. I'm not interested in that. But once I seen those small little drawer fridges that are only about as big as like, I don't know, like a bottle of beer high, you know, that made me think. It made me think that when I get my roof rack on the van, because that is coming, when I get my roof rack on the van, if I ever do decide to put solar up there, then yes, a fridge would be in my future. If I put the solar on my roof, I would definitely put in a fridge, just one of those small little drawer fridges, because the only thing I need to put in it is beer, right? I don't keep a lot of food otherwise. That, like right now, I bought some of those mixed bags of veggies. They're in a bag in the front of my van. They'll be gone by tomorrow. So for me, I don't need to refrigerate it because I eat it fast enough, and I drive by grocery stores pretty much every day. So for me to just pull over, go and grab some fresh stuff and take off again is nothing. So yeah, I'd ponder a fridge. I would definitely ponder a fridge when solar comes, but this is all gonna be down the line. I don't need a fridge. I've never felt the need for a fridge. I think at that point it would just be adding things to my van because why not? But right now, there's nothing. Actually, do I have beer in my fridge? I do have beer in my fridge, in my cooler right now. But for the most part, guys, an ice chest works. I've had no problems with my cooler. I hate the coolers in the summertime because my cooler only holds ice for a couple of days in the summer. But otherwise, the cooler just works. And if you want to be a cheap bugger when it comes to putting ice in your cooler, I ran into a VANLIFE guy that worked close to an ice rink, and he's never bought ice for his cooler ever. He goes to the back of the ice rink, puts the frozen ice that they've scraped off the ice rink, which is kind of gross, but he's like, honestly, dude, he goes, it's just beer in my fridge. It's just beer in my cooler. He's like, I don't care. And he literally just takes ice from the back of the ice rink and uses that in his cooler. He goes, I drive by that ice rink like every day. So for me to pull over and restuff my cooler, no big deal. I'm like, that's kind of gross and kind of genius at the same time. You know what I mean? Can you imagine how many people spit on the hockey guys? It's the ultimate in cheap ice. But yeah, fridge, it's possible. I know crazy shit, but it is possible. Some people are like, I wouldn't even imagine Chrome ever putting a fridge in, because I've always been an advocate for not wanting that stuff, not needing it, and I don't need it. Like my roof vent. I don't need my roof vent. Like there was never a point in my life where I'm like, I have to get it. I need a roof vent. I only got the roof vent because Jackery bought it. That's it. It's the only reason why I'm like, okay, because Jackery was like, hey, do you have anything electronic that you could buy for your van that you could power off our battery to show people that what it can power? I'm like, absolutely, buy me a roof vent. Right? And so far I haven't really felt the need for it, but that was a big addition to my van. That was super big for me, because so many people on my channel were like, you got to get it. You can't live without it. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. I'm as alive can get. And I lived a year without a roof fan. And since I've had it, I haven't opened it up barely. There's no need for it. Not right now. Summertime, I'm sure I'm going to be like, oh, this was so good. How did I live without it? And I guarantee you that's what it's going to be like in the summer. But as of right now, no big deal. Hey, Troy, thanks for the super chat. So no long distance travel unless you win the lottery. Honestly, Troy, even if I won the lottery, I wouldn't be doing any long distance travel anyway. I'd still be in my same situation that I'm in now, only being able to travel maybe a month away before I got to come back and see my daughter. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, that's the thing right now, is that, like, truth be told, until my daughter, I guarantee you 2 more years, and my daughter will have a boyfriend and not give a shit about dad. We all know what that's like when they're like 15 years old, got a boyfriend, dad's like, visit, let's go visit. She's like, sorry, Dad, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend in the mall. So until that happens, I'm going to be staying within a month travel, 2 months travel, maybe at most, from where I am here. So until my daughter hits that point, kind of stuck here. But it's happening soon. You know, kids. If you have teenage kids or been through that teenage kid time, you know what happens. They get boyfriends and the daughter's like, shut up, Dad. You're not cool anymore. Robert, roof rack, question mark, no high top. I guess you can't go to as many places with a high top. Robert, to answer your question, putting a high top on my van, I don't like the look of it. The only time I think a high top looks okay on, it's getting dark in here, guys? Let me turn some light on here. The sun's going down behind the trees. And this comes up in every single live stream that I do. Everyone, this whole roof, raised roof kind of topic. I don't like the look of them. I think they look absolutely silly on vans like mine. If this thing was jacked up with big chunky tires, then yeah, I think that looks okay. Otherwise, my white van with a roof like that looks like a handicap van, one of those wheelchair vans at the seniors' homes. I really feel like living in like an old folks home van. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're like that in your area, but out here, you see white vans like mine, super big high tops on it with a big wheelchair logo on the side. No. I don't think I'll ever put a high top in this van. For one, it's expensive. For two, I have no complaints with living in my low top. I love it. Who is this guy? Crazy. Sorry, my moderators are like deleting these people's comments. And I don't know why it's not letting me yank them right now. That bugs me. Because normally I used to be able to just, if someone's causing a problem, I used to be able to block them from my channel right here in the chat. But for some reason today it's not letting me. Hey, Jen from Halifax, what's up? John Savage, look into a pop top. I met somebody who has a pop top in their van and they look like shit from the inside when they're down. That's not cool because, I mean, the pop top's really rad, but I'm a city dweller. So for me, having a pop top would cut out 90% of the places that I'm allowed to park. Having a pop top is a quick, easy way of just like, look who's sleeping in their van, which cuts out a lot of places that I do sleep. You know what I'm saying, though? That draws a whole different kind of attention to your van. Pop tops are good if you're like an outdoor adventure guy, when you're in like the back country or places where it's cool to just pop the top and live like that. But when you're a city guy like me, like tonight, if I want to go down and park by the big fancy yachts downtown Vancouver, where all the high rises are, enjoy the people playing guitars and down there by the water when people walk around the seawall, if I want to park there and sleep tonight, I can. With a pop top, and you know, if I want to pop it up and stand in my van, I can't. Which means I'd be living in my pop top with the roof down all the time, unless I'm in the backcountry. So, but the guy I seen, you could see all the material from the pop top. He goes, I'm always tucking the material back up. And he has a 350 van like mine that he just got done at the Sportsman Conversion Company. An older guy, he spent $100,000 on that thing for the whole conversion. 4x4 the whole bit. But he's like, I'm always stuffing that material back in. So, pop top, it looks cool, but not for me. Data Monkey, thanks for the super chat. Can't wait to join Van Life. My van will be done this month. So freaking rad. If I'm ever at Silicon Valley, California, let's connect. Absolutely. Maybe in the winter, this coming winter. Maybe. Suckrat, like Dave 2D in the desert. That's right. So, I mean, if you get people like van lifers like that, like we take a look at like Dave 2D, he's quite often in places where who cares? Who cares what your van looks like, 2, what you're doing around your van, 3, if you got a pop top or a roof vent popped out to the side of your van or an air conditioner out the side door, whatever. Those kind of don't matter when you're in desert kind of areas or in the backwoods kind of stuff all the time. That's when that kind of van life, who gives a shit? Nobody's around anyway. But the problem with that kind of van life in the city, you're just drawing the whole kind of attention that you don't want. And if you ever hear people say, yeah, I get knocks in my van because I pulled in somewhere, I'm like, what's your van look like? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not poking fun at this, but take Patrick Valancourt's van. And Patrick will tell you, because his van looks the way it does, because his van has the chimney out the top that blows smoke when he's trying to heat his van, how limited he is on where he can park. Patrick's had some problems in the area that he lives with the bylaw officer. The bylaw officer gave him a list of how many people complained about his van. So, but that comes with your van looking a certain way. But that's the difference between Patrick's van in the backcountry. Who gives a shit? Patrick's van in the middle of a city all the time, it draws attention from people that I don't get attention from. Like, I can park anywhere and nobody gives a shit. A lot of the times people don't know, and if they do know, you know, it's not like van looks like, I don't got smoke coming out of the top of my van when I'm parked in front of an apartment building. And I park in front of apartment buildings all the time. I park in front of $1 million homes. I'm parked in front of like a multi-million-dollar home right now. Never, ever, ever have I ever had a problem. But that comes in with having something, I hate to use the word stealthy, but something that just looks like a regular van that blends in. That's a huge difference though, you know what I mean? Like, even when I was talking about my roof vent, people were telling me to put it in my back window because they seen it on Cheap RV Living's site. I'm like, you can't do that shit in the city. That draws a wrong kind of attention. But depends on where you live though, right? But those people that are making those comments definitely live in a place where they think that's cool. Then so be it. If popping an air conditioner in the freaking side door, cutting a hole in it and sliding an air conditioner in the back is what you do, then do it. But keep in mind, when you roll into a very expensive city, like, think about this. I live in like the most expensive city to live in Canada. That's where I live right now. If I were to pull up downtown in front of these multi-million-dollar condos, my van would be the first one they'd be calling the cops on. But I can park there now. Nobody gives a shit, right? I'm also not getting in and out of my van either, like out of the side doors. Usually I'm pulling up, going for my walk around the seawall, going for a walk down by the beach, watching the musicians play their guitars and stuff like that, and then come back to my van, get in the front seat when nobody's around. I slide into the back, shut the curtains, and I'm off to bed. And then I end up just looking like a regular van parked on the side of a road like everybody else. Spencer, at least you're concentrated fun size. Yeah, my van's like Halloween candy. It's fun size, perfect. Not too tall, not too long, not too wide. Perfect. Excuse me, guys. I'm missing a lot of comments here. Ooh, there's like 300 people in my comment. This is insane. I don't know. Have we ever had 300 people in a row on here before? I'll have to go back and check out my stats. Pretty cool. That's craziness. Rita, just incredible, must have limited parking. Wouldn't you agree? Justin was he was parked right in front of me this morning when I woke up. That'll be in tomorrow's video. But yeah, Justin was parked right in front of me where I slept last night. But, you know, anytime I've ever seen Justin, he always seems to park in with all the other like RVs and stuff. Like there's a place in North Vancouver where there's like all these RVs parked in a row. He's usually always parked there, or parked down here on that one section that I parked in last night, which quite often there's box trucks, RVs, vans. So, you know, the places that he parks are in with amongst the rest of them, where, you know, I don't know if he parks right downtown in areas like I park, you know what I'm saying? But he also stays here in Vancouver though, so he probably has his handful of favorite spots that he parks in quite often, because every time I've ever seen him, he's been in only a few spots. But take a look at me though, I'm all over the place, right? So, I mean, I don't know. But, you know, even Justin's still an RV though. Justin's like, you know, beside it being purple, it's just an RV. It's clean. It's not like, doesn't look like shit. Does that make sense though? I think it's the, you know, it looks cool. I mean, I wouldn't drive it, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's well presented. It's clean. People know that guy's obviously taking care of it. You know what I mean? He doesn't put off a negative presence around the van. And anytime it's parked, it always attracts a kind of fun attention to it. So, but that comes with, you know, what you're driving though, right? But, you know, he also couldn't park in front of some of the buildings that I park in front of with his chimney going. They just wouldn't fly. And I've heard so many stories, good stories and bad stories about wood stoves. Listen to this one. I'm going to be meeting with these people at some point to film their bus. They just bought a bus. They just put in a cubic mini wood stove, brand new. The first night they used the wood stove, the fire department showed up. So think about that. And they're not parked anywhere crazy. They're parked by a farm right now. Somebody called the police, you know, the fire department, saying the bus is on fire. Think about that, right? And I've heard that story so many times from people that are like, I love my wood stove, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of places I can't park anymore because of the stove. Because the stove does expel smoke for the first little while until it's hot enough, then it eases itself off. But that's, to me, if you look at things that way, it's kind of a little bit on the shitty side, right? Where I can turn my heater on anywhere, doesn't affect anybody. Where if you do have one, and I've seen them down here on the beach many, many times, it attracts attention. And if you're doing that in an area where the neighbors don't understand, they're gonna call the cops going, I think that thing's on fire. So that's really shitty. You know what I mean? I think it's okay if you're parking in places where people are familiar with van life, like where I'm parked now. For someone to see smoke coming out of the top of a van down here, nobody gives a shit because they've seen it before. But when you're in the middle of a city, it does attract a bit of a weird attention. I think they're badass though. I think a wood stove is a pretty dope idea. It's just, it wouldn't be for me, that's for sure. But yeah, any problems that you're ever going to have living in a van, it's not going to be because of the police. It's going to be because of a resident in a home that calls the police. And that's simple as that. any problems you'll have, and that'll be the exact reason why. It'll be a resident in a home that doesn't want you there. And that usually comes from a negative attraction to what you're driving, right? That's where keeping your van clean, keeping it presentable, and being good around it comes in handy. And that's where I still hate that word stealth. It's such a freaking stupid word. But that's where having a van that blends in more makes it easier for van lifing anywhere with no issues. Like, I've been in the van for what, 17 months now? Never once had an issue. Can I please say avocado just for me, please? You want me to say avocado toast? Sorry guys, so funny. Cough a little bit. That's so funny. So funny. But yeah, I think but I mean, I know people that live in highly visible vans. Like, even if you take Just Incredibles, for example, or any kind of a Class B, for example, people know you live in them, but they're presentable. They look okay on the side of the road. They're nice. And I know guys that, like the guy I was just telling you guys about earlier, hey, Pokey, thanks for the super chat. Super cool. Troy, can I speak Spanish? No, I do not speak Spanish at all. I have no attachment to that side of my life. Zero. Wish I did, though. But, yeah, I didn't know my father very well. Anyway, I know so many people that live in, like, Class B motorhomes. Like, the vans like mine, but Class Bs. They're, like, beefier. They look like you live in them, clearly, if you're parked. But I think they attract a different kind of attention because they're still compact, they're well presented, they're nice, and a lot of people think you're just on vacation. And that is a whole major difference than somebody who's living in like an older like 80s, 90s style Chevy that looks like shit and is rusted and got, you know, foggy windows and stuff stacked up inside. There's a major difference because, like, Just Incredibles van, you know, if people have never seen it before, it just looks like a dude on vacation on a purple van. And even the new guy I met down here, Herbert, he lives in a van that it's a camper van, and it's got a raised roof on it, like a higher top on it, and lots of windows and like those nice big bay windows and stuff. And he doesn't get bothered either. But he would also represent to somebody who's never seen the van that, oh, look, this guy's probably on vacation. And a lot comes to do with how you present your van, how you present yourself. Herbert's had nothing but great experiences. People come and talk to Herbert all the time because he's a very presentable guy. You know what I mean? Jimmy, what about the Propex heater? I love the idea. I am also not one to spend $1,000 to put a heater in my van when my Olympian Wave 3 is working. But the cheap China versions of those Propexes are definitely very appealing, and the reviews so far have been pretty good. I'd like to see what the reviews are like on the longer term for those cheap China ones. But the cheap China ones, they look the same. They're a little bit bigger, but they seem to function the same. They make about the same amount of noise. But I think if I were to ever do the cheap China one, I would probably wait a year to kind of hear what the long-term reviews are like on them. I've heard that, you know, because I know this, even the Propexes, you can get a little bit of a soot buildup. I'd like to see how bad that soot buildup is on the cheap China ones in the long run. You know what I mean? See if they can last somebody a year, I'd ponder buying one. I think they're cool because they're dry, good heat, and I love that idea. But to flip the bill on the Propex, I definitely wouldn't. But Propex, if you're watching this, or Webesto, if you're watching this, you guys want to send me one, send me one. I'm not buying one, though. That's the truth. Yeah, to me, the $1,000 to heat my van, my $250 American Olympian Wave 3 keeps me warm. But if you ever see me change my heater in the van, you guys know I didn't buy it. Someone sent it to me. But I would, you know, it'd be nice to have a drier heat source in here. That's for damn sure. I love my Olympian Wave 3, but there is drier options. There's like the Dickinson propane wood stove. That's a drier option because it's vented out the roof. And now that I've cut a hole in my roof, I wouldn't give a shit about cutting a second hole. What's the difference? One's already up there. But for the longest time, I didn't want to cut any holes in my roof. I enjoyed it without it. Now my van looks like a shark. It's got the fin right there in the middle. Oh, Rita, do you have anything to drink? Sounds like your throat is getting dry. Hey, Rita, that's a good idea. Thanks for the idea, Rita. Woo-hoo-hoo. Whoa, that was a good idea. A little Parkside Brewing Pilsner. Delicious. Oh, that light's a little bright. Ah, battery fell out of it. Lighting all right? It's getting dark outside here. It's like 5 o'clock and it's getting dark. Well, what kind of stuff is that? Silly, stupid stuff. Chrome, say hi to Jana. Hi, Jana. I've been talking to Jana earlier. She asked me questions already. Troy, are you out of new stickers? No, Troy. I have lots of these ones. These ones will never run out. But the disco ones are out. I ran out of them today. And I think since I ran out of them, only 3 people have bought them after that. So just about everybody, well, I'm going to say 99% of anybody who's stickers got the disco sticker. So we're good. I did change it in the description of the video that we're out of stickers. So anybody that's buying stickers now that went to the sticker link already knows there's no more disco stickers. So if you push that disco sticker link, you got one. All right. I didn't think I was going to sell the 250 of them that I had. So, because last year 250 stickers would have lasted me 6 months. But there was a lot of them went out the door. Xander, is how you pronounce your name. What's my favorite memory of disco? You know, it's super cool that I have over 400 videos of our life together. You know, and that's super cool because if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have any of those memories. All those memories would have just been thoughts and gone. You know what I mean? Like, that's the cool thing about, you know, vlogging my daily and just sharing pieces of my day is that I now have 400 videos with him in it. I even have dedicated videos with just him in it. You know, I got one video and it's a good moment for me. It got so many thumbs down, this video. I made one video of how to van life. I think it was called How to Van Life English Bulldog Edition. And it was him sleeping on the beach for 7 minutes. It was just him, waves crashing in the background. And I think that video on the first day got like 65 thumbs down. Like, I'm like, screw you guys. But that was like a good moment. Like this, I got lots of tiny little moments like that I've captured on film. And believe it or not, the ones that I captured on film are probably my most memorable moments of him. Because, you know, not only did I get to enjoy that moment together, but I got to see that moment afterwards. I got to add music to that moment afterwards. And I got to recap our day together on video afterwards. So for me, it's just making YouTube videos is just cool. Especially when I'm doing vlog style videos where I'm actually sharing what I'm doing that day, like out doing stuff and going places. But it's pretty cool to have 400 videos of that shit. It's pretty rad. skipping back through your comments. I take it some of you guys watched that video of him sleeping on the beach. It was just one of those moments where it was just funny to share. I propped the camera in front of him and he was just like, just chilling. It was so great. Love it. Matt Foley, hello from inside a van down by the river. Hello, Matt. I'm inside of a van by the ocean. Cheers to that. Sorry, Dr. Rita prescribed a beer to... She said my throat was getting dry. Thanks, Dr. Rita. Great idea. Alfonso, why don't I get a dehumidifier? I don't need one. I don't really have a problem. I had an issue underneath my bed, which got worse because I painted the mold paint. Don't ever paint mold paint underneath your bed. It's a freaking dumbass idea. So, anyway, on that subject, because the mold paint, because I got sick right after, like not long after I painted it. So being sick and sweating in bed, it was gross, dude, so gross. But that mold paint, when it got wet, it started to like off gas. It smelled so bad. So now that it's totally dry, I might actually just try buying regular paint, like regular wall paint, and painting the top of my bed and sealing in that mold paint, like, because that mold paint might just be a primer too. Sealing it in and seeing if it stops the smell. If it doesn't, I'm cutting it out and ripping it out. But otherwise, my bed's fine, dude. Totally fine. Like, it's fine. Otherwise, there's no moisture problems in my van anywhere at all. So a dehumidifier, there's not enough wetness in this van to need something like that. You know, I always wonder what goes on in someone's van if they have to really go to that route. How much moisture are you really putting out in your van? How many times are your van doors not open that you have to go to the point of like that kind of an extreme? But I think for me, because my van doors stay open a lot, like I leave them open a majority of my day usually, unless it's super cold or really, really wet. But I think that's what it is. There's enough airflow around here that there's no moisture in the van. Maxine, love watching you, but never caught you live. What's up? Suckrat, how's the new cabinet? I love it. It is freaking awesome. It's amazing. And makes me want to do more of it. Believe it or not, it makes me want to do more of it. I do have some thoughts and some maybe future plans for doing something on this side, but not now. I really enjoy... I don't want to do too much of this stuff in my van because, you know, I don't want to scare people off from where I started my channel. Like, I started my channel with the whole thing about you don't need to build stuff to live in a van. You can just buy furniture from a furniture store and just go rock the lifestyle. So for me, I kind of enjoy having a mix of both because I still have the simplicity of just a regular cabinet. And then I have the great convenience of something manufactured, because having something like this, it changes the game. Like, if you've got access to do this kind of shit, it changes the game. Like, because you can custom build it to fit you, where before it was just furniture and shelves. So there was a lot of wasted space, but it was easy to do. So I don't want to open up my van door one day and have the whole thing be custom built, because I think it would change my thought process on how I explain things to the channel. Because it's hard for me to be explaining to people that you don't have to be crazy. You don't have to do this. You can do this. You know what I mean? So that's why I like having some of the simple stuff in my van still, because it makes it easier to explain. The only thing, you know, if I do any more building, I'm gonna keep my big shelf where my burner's on and that one desk that's here because it just looks good. If I do any more custom work, it's going to be back here on this side. Not sure yet. Still in the thoughts. Mmm. So good. Wow, I'm missing so many people. I live streams because I'm like, I'm missing everybody's comments. Just watching. Good to see you. Thank you. You know what? I am actually pretty proud of my van. You know, it's like super proud of it. It's like, I don't know, it's like I have a sense of really big pride in my lifestyle, and it feels good to open up my van doors because when people walk by, they're like, whoa, that's pretty nice in there. Makes me feel good about it. Hey, Justin, thanks for the super chat. Super cool of you. But, you know, I mean, like, I feel good about having my doors open because, you know, having your doors open and people seeing this kind of stuff, it brings people to you. Like, I could see if you lived in a van that was not so pretty in the inside, you know, it would attract a different kind of attention. But when I have my van doors open and they catch the little wood on the outside and then they take a peek inside and they're like, whoa, I've had people turn around and stop and come back and say, can we have a peek? Like, absolutely. You know, it's like having the nice look inside my van, even though it's mainly just furniture from a furniture store, it's opened up a lot of really great, beautiful conversations. And I love that. Thanks, Amanda. This high top conversation comes up every freaking time in my videos. I won't put a high top on my van. Too expensive, and it's not worth it. If I ever decide that I direly need a high top, I'll be buying a ProMaster or a 4x4 Sprinter or something that's manufactured like that so it looks good. I think these look kind of silly with high tops on them. Not unless you're like 4x4 adventured out crazy shit. Your van looks like insane. Here, I think I still got it on my desktop. See if I can find the picture. I deleted them. Yeah, high tops look good when these vans are like jacked up and just crazy stuff going on. Why does someone bring up the subject cookies? Now I want cookies. Wicked's building out a ProMaster right now, slowly. ProMasters are rad, man. Those things are like, they're beastie. Hey, William, nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for the super chat. Hey, dude, get some cough medicine. I'm on the very tail end of it. The very tail end. Like, it's like, I've been like just nasty coughing for days and days and days. And I'm on the final steps, man. It's just been the last, things are moving now. I don't want to get into the details, but things are moving now. It's feeling pretty good, though. I felt really good today. Oh, Mike, thank you, man. Mike, you're such a sweet dude. Check out the new merch with right now. I only bought 2 for myself, but that is on a shirt. It's in my Teespring store. But if you click on my Teespring link today, Teespring was down today for some site maintenance. But yeah, I got those disco shirts. They're up at my cost. So the lowest price Teespring would allow me to put them is what the cost of those shirts are. I don't want to profit from that stuff. So, but they're super cute. I bought 2 of them for myself. 3 of them, actually. I bought a long sleeve and then 2 red t-shirts. It looks good on the red. That logo just pops out on the red. Super rad. 2018 ProMaster high roof, nice. There's a guy that comes down here every once in a while that lives in a ProMaster. It's the really long one, the really tall one. That thing is freaking enormous. So big. Richard, beer is medicine. You got that right. Susie, I don't know that question. How do you highlight a name? Are you talking about like when VANCITY VanLife shows up nice and bold? I think it's when they do at VANCITY VanLife. I'm not really sure. Rita, I thought I bought one for Danica. I did. She forgot it. It's in the front of my van. I did buy one for her. She forgot it on the last visit. Ricky, does it get cold? Nope. Got a heater. Never gets cold. Gets cold outside though, but not in my van. I've had no issues ever in this van. It's never been too obnoxiously hot, and it's never been too cold that it was uncomfortable. The van is like, it's the ultimate home. I have no complaints at all about this place. Xander, thanks for the super chat. Are you comfortable with the room inside your van, or would you like more? Just curious. Honestly, Xander, there is more. Put it this way. Take a look. I'm only sitting on this part of the bed. My desk is right here. And if you look at, this is my space. This is no different than the desk I had at my condo. And I got all this space here that's not being used right now. And when I'm in that space, all this space isn't getting used. So honestly, there's enough space in my van. I have no complaints at all. And I even got that 2 feet behind my bed, because my bed stops right here and there's like 2 feet between here and the wall. So that's like my garage. So there's lots of room back there. No complaints, man. I think the cargo van extended version, even the regular, because technically, if you look at my van, I live in the regular size version of my van. Because right here is where the wall would be for the regular version. This back space here is just my garage. So having the garage space opens up a lot more space in the van, making it pretty damn big in here. I don't think I would need anything any longer. That's for damn sure. I think down the line, if I were to spend the cash to buy something else like a ProMaster or a Sprinter, of course, if you're going to drop the 50K on something, or 30, 60K, whatever it is around that time that you're paying for those things, you might as well go with something manufactured in a high top. But if you're only dealing with less than $10,000 in your pocket, a van like mine is golden. It's a perfect fit. I paid $6,500 for this thing. And yeah, no complaints, zero. This van here already has given me 5 times the life I used to have. This van has cleared my debt. This van has taken me all around, my local area here for the past year and allowed me to see things I never would have ever had the chance to see. This van is amazing. Hugely amazing. I couldn't do this in a minivan though. That's the truth. Because I think a minivan would just be a little bit too confined for me. A minivan's good. I mean, I don't know. I know people that are 6 feet tall living in minivans and they're happy as shit. I think a minivan's good if you're like 5 foot. If you're like 5 foot, you're good to go. Excuse me. Do I shave every day? Yes, I try my hardest to keep this shaved up every single day. It just makes me feel good. And I trim my hair usually every 3 days. That's the truth. Because I have the clippers in my van. I cut my own hair. Ain't perfect, but it's not bad. But, oh crap. The battery's not fully pushed in on this thing. But yeah, I trim my hair up every few days. Sometimes I'll let it go a week. But yeah, I usually stay pretty much on top of the personal grooming. CTV, thanks for the super chat. You got to come sightseeing down to SoCal. I might do that this coming winter, because not in a year from now. I might come down when shit gets cold up here next winter and travel down that way. Rita, Amanda, how did you get your name highlighted? Rita, it's because Amanda, Roaming Raven. Hold on a second here. Where'd it go? Missed the comment. Amanda Lee, how did you get your name highlighted? It's because Amanda, anybody that you see on my channel with a colored name with a wrench beside it means that they are a comment moderator on my channel. So if they're in my comments and they see somebody being a dick, they can just delete the comment. It's out. So yeah, that's how they got their names highlighted. Have I used my poop bucket yet? Yes, I have. And I did it the first time because I had it. I didn't really need to use it. I could have just went into the business I was parked in front of to take a shit, but I'm like, I'm gonna try this thing out. So I did. I took a shit right there in my bucket and it was comfortable. It's a good height. That's it, once. And I don't, it's not, how do I say this? It's not a necessity. Having a place to shit in your van is not a necessity. There's enough public toilets around. I know, so take a look at this. If you guys have ever watched Timothy Keller, Van Dweller, he has always had a toilet in his van. Always. He's been in his van for 4 years now. And I think he made a video the other day saying that he shit in his van for the second time, or his first time, or his second time in 4 years. That's how many public bathrooms there are. That shitting in your van is just, it's not as common as you think. Right? You know, I mean, it might be different if you're parked, like you're a really big suburban guy where you're really away from towns. You know, I could see you using the toilet in your van more often, but for me, there's a bathroom literally probably a 2-minute walk this way and probably another bathroom maybe another 2 minutes down that way, or a 30-second drive each way. There's enough bathrooms around here. Oh, thanks, Rita, my Mickey Mouse shirt. I went to, I popped into Winners and they had, it was like 19 bucks. I couldn't say no. It was just super cute. I normally just rock my channel merch because it's good promotion and I get them so cheap. So, but you know, once in a while when you see something like this at Winners, you're like, ah, okay. Like, what sparked me to go into Winners was I bought some socks at Winners the other day. And then I was driving by one when I just pulled back in here off the island. I'm like, I'm gonna pop into Winners out here and see what they got. And I found this. It's cute. I like it. Edward Hobbs, thank you. I'm definitely glad I'm feeling better too. Box Fan Go, thanks, man. And I'm in love with the new cabinets. They're super good. CTV, just wait till I get the midnight runs. I don't even remember the last time I ever had that scenario. Really, seriously, it's probably been 15 years, 10 years. It's been a long time. I'm also not a late night number 2 kind of guy either. If you are a late night number 2 kind of person, you'll probably use that toilet in your bathroom a lot more often. I just don't. It's cool to have because you never know. For the longest time, I just shit in my garbage can if I ever had that emergency. It worked. Not the one on my door though. I used to have a different one. Doing it to the one on my door would be extremely awkward. It's funny the comments that happens when you start talking about poop. It's hilarious. So funny. Yeah, George said I need that hyper vent underneath my bed. I've seriously been thinking about it. What I'm gonna do first is because I love the idea, and I just about bought some when I was in Victoria because there is a mattress store because there's a whole lot of marine like boat stuff in Victoria. So they actually carry it. And I was going to order some since I came back here. But they're about 185 bucks to put a piece underneath my bed. And I think it's a great idea. I think it's a freaking awesome idea. But what I'm going to do first, I think, because my mold paint smells when it gets even this tiniest bit damp, what I might do is I might paint over top of the mold paint and see if it seals the mold paint in. And then maybe put that hypervent on there. I think the hypervent's a great idea. For 180 bucks, why not, right? I've got holes in underneath my bed ready, so that'll add a little bit more extra ventilation for that hypervent. And why not? For the 180 bucks it is, who gives a shit at that point? You know what I mean? I don't pay rent, so if I have to spend 180 bucks to help more airflow underneath my mattress, then perfect. I also, Glenn, one of the guys that's on my Patreon, he came by with his van today and met me down here. He has a slat bed. So I think if painting over top of that stuff doesn't work, and I got to cut that board out just to put in an unpainted board, I might just cut it out and put slats in there maybe, like he did. I mean, his bed, he's never had an issue. So, I don't know. So far right now, I don't even give a shit. I just want to get rid of that mold paint because the mold paint was a seriously bad idea. Do not paint mold paint on your bed. It's dumb. Super dumb. Simply Chanel. Is that Chanel? Is that how you pronounce that? Chanel? Thanks for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I mean, like, I did the mold paint thing because I'm like, all right, well, let's just do it because, you know, cut holes in it, paint the mold paint in it, and maybe that's what you're supposed to do. So dumb, 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 super dumb. Yeah, because there was never really a problem before that. Like, and it's so easy to, if you ever get moisture underneath there, you prop it up, literally prop it up for like 10 minutes, it's gone. So so I think even putting that hypervent in there is just a great way to solve the problem without having to really worry about it ever again. You know, and all last year, I had no problems at all last year. I don't know why this year things just kind of went to shit a little bit. Maybe it was just because I mean, like, we have a lot of moisture in our air here. So I'm thinking maybe this year was just extra humid outside. Who knows? Oh. All right, somebody asked me, is Chrome my real name? Would you like to see my ID? Hey there, read that? Is that focused? Chrome Valdez. Is that even a focus? Yeah, that's my real name. Real name, baby. People ask me all the time, is Chrome really your real name? Yeah, Chrome's my real name. Journeyman, I'm gonna try a trampoline without the springs to the wall. Yeah, you should put the springs and just put the whole trampoline in your bed, in your van. How fun would that be? Yeah, just watching, I mean, that would explain it. The mold paint is just a primer, and that would explain maybe why it didn't take me being sick right after. Because I got sick about a week after I painted it. But maybe that's why it just didn't take the moisture afterwards, because it was stunk like shit in here. Like, so freaking bad. Like, the whole smell just made you want to puke. You're like, oh, what is that smell? Lifted up my mattress, and it just smelled like, just like funky, weird paint. It was gross. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna go do that because I want to paint underneath my bed anyway. Because right where I put my DJ console underneath my bed, I want to paint all that stuff black so it's just sleek looking and doesn't look like raw wood. And then I'm gonna paint my underneath my bed. I'm gonna paint that black too, just to kind of seal it all in. Then I'll probably buy that hypervent stuff and give it a try. What's the worst that happen? I can let you know, like when you look at buying those things from me, for one, buying that stuff is a write-off. Like if I buy that Hypervent, I write it off on my taxes. I don't have to pay tax on, you know, Business Works. But all that stuff for me, because it's in a video, was a write-off. So that's just a little less money I got to pay on taxes on something that an average person would have bought anyway and couldn't write off. But because I have a YouTube channel, I can write all that stuff off. It's like, write off. If I buy a coffee and put it on my dashboard that day while I'm driving and it's in a video, I get to write my coffee off. All that stuff. It's pretty cool. So yeah, for me to buy the Hypervent, no big deal. It's just an expense for the channel. And it'll also be an experience for me to tell you guys if it made a difference or not, which I enjoy those parts of it. So for me to go spend a couple $100 to buy that Hypervent under, if you've never seen it, it's like a really, it's like plasticky sort of, it's like a 3/4 inch layer. It looks like a Scotch Brite, like a Scotch pad, and it's like thick, crummy material, thick material, but it's super loose. Like there's lots of airflow gets through it. Sorry, weird to explain. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's like a humongous Scotch pad. It's just white, that's all. But anyway, you put it underneath your bed, and because it's like 3/4 and it has so much airflow, it allows airflow in and out. And I've heard so many good things about it. But then it'll just be an experience for me to show you guys, did it work? Did it not work? Was it worth it? Is it not worth it? It's fun. Just get to play around and see what works and see what doesn't work. That's why I held off on a lot of things when I first started my van. Like so many people are like, you need a roof vent. I don't know, I lived in a year without it, so I don't need one. Now that I have one, I'll let you guys know in a year if it was a game changer or not, if it's a necessity, right? Make sense? Hey, what's up, coach? Michael Whalen Jr. It's always funny. I just wrote your name on a sticker pack today. Yeah, I mean, excuse me. As a YouTuber, anything that is in a video is a write-off. Anything. And that's the cool part. Even if it's a part of that day that never made it into the video but got cut out in the edit, it's still a write-off. So all of my gas, as long as I vlog every day, all of my gas is a write-off. Every single drop of it. Because I have the video proof that from the second I started my van to the second I went to bed, I have video proof every day, all my raw footage, that the gas that was consumed was for content for the channel, right? So, and that's cool because anything I've ever bought, any wood stuff, all my furniture I bought, believe it or not, all the furniture I bought is a write-off because I bought it for my van and I made a video about it, which is how I make my money, which means it's all a write-off. All my camera gear, everything. It's crazy, right? So I'm like, oh, I want to buy this for my toolkit. Write-off, like the little $100 toolkit I just bought because I needed a few little sockets and stuff. All a write-off. Because why? It made it into a video and we talked about tools and maybe it's a great option to have in your van, but because I made a video about it, it's now a write-off expense for business. So, pretty rad. Pretty much making my entire life a write-off. You know, because I got the proof. That's kind of crazy though. Because when I was a little bit confused on what I could do, and then somebody said it to me. Someone's like, if it's in a video, it's a part of your filming budget, 100% write-off. I was like, oh, yes. Yes, I am classified as self-employed now. You got that right. I'm not too sure if I could write off beer, but technically if it's in a video, could be an option. I've never written off anything like this, but it's true though. If it's in a video, I could technically write it off. I'm not going to push the limit because I'm sure at some point they're going to push back at it and go, hold on a second. Because, I mean, they don't really like, not unless you're making a ton of money, they're not going to really overly analyze it, but it could come up as a red flag. Like, how is this guy writing everything off? But, you know, the business side of things, that's how it's listed as video, daily video making. So they know it's for video content every day, and they could research my channel all they want. They'll see everything's in every video. So what's up, Gus? That's funny. Gus Nabus coming to you from a block away. Gus is down at the beach area where I am. What's up, Gus? It's a health cost. That's hilarious. Hey, Chrome, are there any truck stops near me? No, I'm downtown Vancouver. A lot of the truck stops and stuff, you're going to get more into the valley. Yeah, nothing here in Vancouver. Hey, Joan. Terry Jackson, that's a good one. Beer equals mental health preventative maintenance. I love it. I like this little dog tags a subscriber bought me. It's got a little, I'd read it to you, but I don't want to take it off. It's got a little like motivational speech on it. It's pretty cool. Hey, Jana, thanks for stopping by. Go charge your phone. Nice to have you in the chat. Abe, I love that. I'd start a taco review second channel if we were right off tacos. Bonus on that idea. Super cool. We want to roll up to BC. Do you suggest spring or fall? Both of them are incredibly beautiful. You know, spring is, anytime is great to come here. Spring is always good because you're going to probably get into better weather. Fall is beautiful because we got so many huge trees here. Like some of the leaves on the trees are like, they're massive. They're like 1.5 to 2 foot leaves. Excuse me. And in the fall, those big monsters fall off. It's so beautiful here in the fall. But in the fall, you're going to get into a lot more serious rainy weather and windy. But yeah, come anytime, man. Vancouver's pretty badass. Look at it right now. Right now, it's super sunny out. It's super beautiful. People are like kite surfing, playing volleyball, and just the beaches are packed out here today. Like there's hundreds of people out here today. Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Like the traffic going by on this beach strip here was insane. And if you look at it, it's what was the temperature today out here? Probably 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, man, it's beautiful out here all the time. Hey, Craig, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Tammy, can I write off the new puppy? That's a good question. I'm not, maybe. Maybe. I could try. Technically, it would be a part of the channel. So you never know. That might be a really tough one to push through, but you never know. Like you don't want to push your tax stuff too far. You want to keep things as like legit as you can. How long does winter last in Vancouver? Like, depending on what you call winter. It snowed here this year, extremely rare, for like a week. 5 days, 4 days. That was winter. And it's been cold meaning like +8 during the day to maybe -2 at night for a couple weeks, maybe a month. But that's it. Our winters are super chill here. Austin, man, thanks for the love. What's the tax rate in Canada? It's expensive. When we go to buy products, we get nailed 12% tax at the till. Chrome, my mom's doing pretty good. She actually called me the other day. One of my family members, I guess, seen on my VANCITY VANLIFE Facebook page that disco passed. So my mom phoned. My mom's like, I heard that disco died. I'm like, yeah, Mom, he did. But she's doing a lot better. She sounds really good on the phone. I haven't seen her since she was in the hospital, but she's doing pretty good. I don't understand what that means. What's your EDC? Yeah, 8.25%, I'd be okay with that. But I mean, out here we get charged 2 taxes, GST and PST. So one's 5% and the other one's, I don't know, whatever it is. It's just tax, man. What do you do, right? You got to pay it anyways. Nothing you can do. Scream, fight, kick all you want. It's still going to be the freaking same. And I've always looked at it that way. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? But like, oh, gas prices. Ah, fuck gas prices. You're going to pay it anyways. No way around it. If you're going to drive, who gives a crap? I don't worry about that stuff. And people are like, oh, taxes, whatever. People are going to tax the shit out of you anyway at some point. You know, you don't always have to do that, Mike. Throw down $2 just to let everybody know, nice and bold, to check out Patreon, Teespring for the new disco merch. Mike, you are awesome, dude. So awesome. So yeah, someone made it. I mean, I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm not into that shit. But someone just like, yeah, government's going to screw you no matter what. It's true. Whatever. Just, you could bitch and whine about it and wreck your day and wreck your life about it, or you could just go about your day. It's not going to stop. You know, embrace the things that are exciting in your life instead of dwelling on things that you cannot change yourself. See, MJM, I would pay our taxes in Canada and have at least some sort of health care. You got that right. So if you look at it this way, you know, even if you live in the US and you're paying a lot less taxes, you also don't have health care like we have here. Like, I could go in the hospital tomorrow and have a massive surgery and it would cost me zero, nothing. You know, I mean, we have a small monthly healthcare cost, which is like, if you earn above 16,000 a year, you pay $65 a month for healthcare. But I think they're cutting that. They're talking about cutting that fee entirely. But whatever, what's $65 a month to be able to go into the hospital and get any kind of healthcare you want? Like, put it this way, my mom was sick. She spent like 8 days in the hospital on the last run. Cost her zero. Because she's, you know, she's on welfare. So none of that stuff costs her zero. She doesn't pay for her health care because welfare pays for it. But all the care she receives in the hospital isn't because she's on welfare. All the care she receives in the hospital, anybody receives because it's free. Right? What's the small monthly fee to have free health care anytime you want it? Like, I could walk into a walk-in clinic 5 days a week. And it costs me nothing to walk in there. It costs me nothing to get the care or whatever from them. Zero. So to pay a little bit of higher taxes, I'll take that one too. I couldn't imagine having healthcare as a concern. You know what I mean though? Like, I've never lived in the US, but just I have so many people I only know what people tell me. So just to think about some people saying that, what happens when you get sick? Just go to the hospital, they help me out. And then I didn't really realize until I started my channel that it's not that easy down there unless you've got a job that's got proper healthcare coverage, that when you go to the hospital for something, you bust your arm, now what's gonna happen? You gotta pay for it, which is crazy for me to think about. If I bust my arm, who gives a shit? Go to the hospital, they fix me up, they cast me up, they kick me out. See ya. That's crazy though. I mean, because I've never lived in a place where, you know, you had to worry about health. The government just takes care of me, right? Jimbo says it's free in Australia as well. I mean, it's not fully free here. We have a small healthcare fee every month, but no big deal. Yeah, Chrome for Prime Minister. No, thank you. I'll pass. I don't do politics, man, at all. Me and Paul, I don't follow politics. I know nothing about politics, nor do I give a shit about politics. I leave that up to somebody who knows and has time or cares. I know so many people like, you should vote. I've never voted in my life. Never once have I ever walked into a voting thing because I don't know anything about any of that stuff, and nor do I want to take the time out of my life to read or find out about those things. It's never really been an interest to me, you know what I mean? I'll leave it to those who have passion for it. Ain't me. I get fucked in the end anyway. And it don't matter. In the end, someone's gonna tax me for something that I don't want to be taxed for. Yeah, that's craziness. It's always been one of those things, like, people always ask me about that for an expense. You know what I mean? Like a van life expense. And yeah, that's a hard one. You know what I mean? Like, I know a majority of my channel, we have what, about 90% of the people that are on my channel are American. It bounces sometimes between 75 and 90%. But because that's always a big question. They're like, you know, how do you factor in healthcare? I'm like, I don't. So, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, you know, for Americans, take care of yourself, man. Eat those fucking veggies. Like, half a plate of veggies every time. You know, it's got to be the key is just take care of you. Full on, 100%. If not, it's going to cost you a freaking fortune. You know, honestly, if I probably take better care of myself. I probably should. I'd probably take way better care of myself if I had to pay for, if that was a part of my van life expenses. But I had chips for lunch. How bad is that? I was in my van writing up envelopes and stuff like that, and I didn't want to go anywhere, so I just reached over in my junk drawer and ate a bag of chips for lunch. So bad. Yeah, chips, right? The only problem is, like, chips and stuff, that gives me heartburn. Kale and peanut butter smoothies, right, Chrome? See, I only make smoothies, and I've used my blender quite a bit, but I only make smoothies in my van when my veggies are on the way out. Because I enjoy eating a lot of salads. So, but for me, if the salads are starting to start to be tipping to the point where, and I know probably tomorrow I'm going to have to huck it out, that day it all goes round right into the blender with a banana, and I'll just drink it and get rid of the veggies. Because I used to throw out a lot of veggies, you know what I mean? Now I have the blender. I don't have to anymore. You know, I've thrown veggies in the blender that probably shouldn't be blended. You know, like, to me, the blender veggies would be like, you know, spinach, kale, stuff. Like, spinach especially, because it blends so smoothly. But I've thrown, like, other veggies, like arugula and things that I probably shouldn't have in there from, like, mixed green salads and stuff. But, you know, that's why I bought the blender. I bought the blender so I don't have to waste any veggies anymore. Happens though, man, because I'll go buy a shitload of veggies and all of a sudden I'll have one day where I don't eat the amount of vegetables that I plan to, and then that's it. Next day they're starting to go to shit, right? When am I gonna have to get solar? Tammy, because of where I live, I know so many people out here that, you know, have solar on the top of their van, and they don't get very much use out of it here for 6 months of the year. You know, I think if you're gonna get good use out of solar, you'd have to be someone like Gus in a bus on here who has solar on the sides of his bus and stuff like that, that he can move them all out and stuff like that. But I know so many people here in Vancouver, even Patrick. Patrick has like 300 watts of solar on the roof of his van. And just the other day when I seen him in Comox, or the other month, he asked me to borrow one of my Jackery batteries because his solar panels, his batteries were dead. He hadn't seen sunshine in like 4 or 5 days. His batteries were dead. So, but that's what it's like out here though. I mean, solar does really well out here. I know this from talking to other people with solar. For probably 3 to 4 months out of the year, that's it. If I lived in California, different story. That's why so many people on here are like, oh, why didn't you have solar yet? I'm like, why should I spend the money on solar for something I'm going to get great use out of for 4 months out of the year? You know what I mean? If I ever do solar on my roof, well, as soon as I get my roof rack, I'm going to start messaging all the solar companies like Renogy and everything else and see if they want to donate or give, you know, like give one for a trade for a video. I don't give a shit. If Renogy wants to send me a fat setup for a video, please do. I'm in. You want to give me free solar? I'll do it. I'll make a video for you, no problem. But yeah, that's why I've never gone the route with doing big battery banks and solar, because for me, I don't see the use. I have one small deep cycle battery in my van. I have one 55 amp hour battery. And then I've got these Jackeries, which I use all the time. You know, I charge these Jackeries. Sorry, I'm pushing buttons. I charge these batteries on my deep cycle battery. So I know a lot of people won't be, you know, they're going to be buying this as their deep cycle battery or their battery. But for me, because I have that small free battery, I have an Optima battery I got from my friend for well, pretty much free, $100. Got the battery for $100. It's like fully sealed. It was brand spanking new. It was regular, like a $280 battery. But I charge these ones off of that one, and they charge in like 4 or 5 hours, right? But yeah, I've never really felt the need for solar yet. Do I have a handheld generator? What do you mean? Like one of these? One of the solar generators? I got 2 of them from Jackery. I am Shine too. What about the AIM gem? Are you talking about that battery that was in my mail time video the other day? Yeah, I still have it, but you won't be seeing it in any videos on my channel because Jackery just renewed their contract with me, and that means no more batteries in my channel except for this one until I cut that contract with Jackery. My contract finished with Jackery, like just finished, and then I put that AIM Tom battery in my mail time video. Jackery messaged me, they're like, we want to keep working with you. So, because a part of their contract with me, I mean, so what it is Jackery's paying me, and I'm being open with you guys about this stuff because I'm real with you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Jackery's paying me to not have any other batteries on my channel and just show this in use 2 times a month for 30 seconds. I'll do that. Want to pay me monthly to keep my mouth shut? Sure. I'm in. And I like the battery. So that's the only reason why I'm working with them. They're my first brand deal I've ever done on my channel, and I love the battery, so I feel good about doing it. I wouldn't be working with them if I didn't like the battery. I'm not going to put shitty shit in front of you. Forget it. But, so yeah. So I'm going to be, you'll see Jackery in my videos every once in a while here and there, and just know that it helps my channel. They're paying me every month right now. I'm okay with that. To talk about them for 1 minute a month? I think anybody would say yes to that. Hightower, thanks for the super chat. I'm building on my first van and selling my house. Super rad. I'll be a city van dweller in OKC. That's dope. Totally cool. I love it when I hear people that are selling their actual home. Like me, I was a renter. No big deal. For me to move around, no big deal. But when you're actually selling your home, that really makes van life a legit thing. That's like, holy shit, you're doing it. You know what I mean? You're selling something you own. This is big. I love that stuff, man. It's such a cool story. I met a couple the other day. They pop on my van. They brought dinner. They've always wanted to meet me, and it was just kind of cool. They pop by the van, and they're talking about doing the same thing. They're talking about selling their house and selling their townhouse and starting this whole adventure, and they just need that swift kick in the ass, that motivation to just take that leap. Because that's big, man. When you go to sell your home and jump into this lifestyle, that's a freaking big jump. You know, because you have an attachment to that home. You own it. I love that. High five, Hightower. Super cool. So yeah, sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments about people saying thanks for no shitty shit in front of you guys. I'm not going to put a product in front of you that I don't like. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, the only time you guys will ever see products in my videos will be in a mail time video. Because here, put it this way. When companies message me and say, hey, would you like to see our product? I'm like, okay, here's the deal. It's going to cover the whole world with you guys. You know what I mean? Why would I rock that boat? Is my feed broken or what? Am I still live? You know what's really weird? It shows that my feed is really good on my end. Was I just babbling there and nobody was listening? Because all of a sudden the viewers started to plummet and now they're all coming back. Guys, I must have been offline. That's hilarious. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys go since everybody says I've been buffering a lot. So maybe I'm losing my connection. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And I have a video for you guys tomorrow. Sorry for all the buffering and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, guys. And also, if you guys want to grab any of these, I got lots of the Weirdos Unite stickers. These are pretty dope. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. See you later. And thank you to everybody who dropped the super chats. Means the freaking world to me. All right, guys. Peace out. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Sunday, right? Yeah, I think it's Sunday. All right, everybody.